Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is the 41st episode of the SuperNova show. And our show's officially older than middle age. So, congratulations, show out there. I appreciate it. But today, it's going to be a good show. We're going to do the movie trivia report. We're going to review the Dune movie. We're going to talk about the Morbius trailer. And then we're going to fly into some Book of Boba Fett trailer talk. And then we're going to call it a day. Quick, easy, to the point. Yeah. And so today I've got the reigning, defending, undisputed, undefeated fandom teams champion of the world, Robert Kastner.
Yes, and all my friends are here on this cup.
Well, I can't see one of them. There. Oh yeah. So you've got the voice of Mario and the voice of Garfield.
Oh my God, yeah, so dumb.
Go ahead and make him the voice of every animated character.
Why?
I don't know. Why? I mean, he was great in Onward. I will say that was.
He's very good in Onward. He's very good in the Lego movie.
Yeah, Onward is personally my favorite animated movie of all time. So I love that. Wow. Yeah, I can't get enough of that movie.
I was watching Coco the other day. It came right on the part that makes me cry the most, which is when he plays "Remember Me" for his grandma, great grandma, and she starts to remember. That's the part. I think that's the most emotionally charged moment in a Pixar movie for me. And then I was thinking of what are the other ones, and Onward is 2 or 3 when he starts to realize that his brother was basically his dad the whole time. That gets me. I'm even thinking about it. I'm getting a little choked up thinking about it. But that, and then when Bing Bong disappears in Inside Out, and when the toys are about to get incinerated in Toy Story 3. I think those are the 4 I think of the most.
So, to tell a little story, the first time I saw Toy Story 3, it wasn't in the theater because this was 2010 and I was poor. One of my buddies brought it over and we were going to watch it, but he had cut the movie. He had edited it so that it ended when they're going into the...
Oh my God.
And for years, I didn't know that wasn't the end of the movie.
Holy gosh, you must have felt like... What? You knew before Toy Story 4 was announced, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, you probably would have thought it was weird that the Toy Story 4 was...
Yeah, it was like 2012, 2013 when I found out that was not a real thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it was so weird. But yeah, how's life been?
Pretty good. I just remembered also the opening sequence from Up is also in there. That's the top 5 for me as emotionally charged. I had to put that out there because I know people would say that, the handful of people that we have, the hardcore listeners of this podcast. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Life moves forward as always. My football team has righted the ship, so I feel better about that. And that's a big part of it. Got to watch some cool movies lately. As you mentioned, I still have that title, that fandom teams title for the moment. So that makes me feel pretty good. And I'm still in a couple tournaments, which I guess we'll talk about as we get forward into this podcast. But I'm doing pretty good. And work has calmed down for me a bit. So I don't dread my work days anymore.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I'm trying to, because we had a show 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to think anything that's big gone on in my life. Nothing that I know. We went to the baby doctor yesterday / Thursday when this is coming out. It will have been Thursday.
Yes.
And he is a pound.
Oh.
So that's pretty exciting.
Growing.
Yep.
Expanding like the universe.
That is correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I've just been working. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go see Eternals tomorrow. / I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, what were your thoughts? Or what are your thoughts?
Let's see. Richard Madden's character is a whole lot like Superman.
Yeah.
And
Obvious.
that's the only thing I remember from the trailer.
Yeah.
And Kit Harington, he's awesome.
He makes things into flowers, right? That's like his thing.
I don't think he's. I mean, it could be, but I know
in the trailer he turns that truck into a big pile of flowers or whatever. That's all I remember from him.
Yeah. I don't remember that. I remember watching the trailer and thinking it's really cool that Kit Harington doesn't have powers because I thought he was just a regular dude. Because like in the trailer, he asks them why they didn't help with Thanos, and then explain it. And I was just like, oh, he's just a regular dude. All right, cool.
No.
Yep.
No. Wrong.
So yeah, that's fine. But yeah, so I'll let you know next week how I feel about it.
I don't know if I will be seeing it this weekend. Probably not. So
yeah,
I'm much less enthused.
Yeah, my sons want to go see it, and since my youngest boy, he all right, I can't say that anymore. My middle boy now, he had an appendectomy for his 11th birthday. So
like any good 11th birthday should go. Some people get told they're wizards. Other people get invasive surgery.
Yes. So we're gonna go see that movie because he wants to go see it, and I want to go see it, and then we're gonna go eat and go to Dave & Buster's. So that's gonna be fun.
Oh man, what a day!
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah. So that would be fun.
Pre-pandemic, that would have been like the best day.
Yeah. Me and him have been since the pandemic happened. It's actually pretty nice because no one's there.
Well, if no one's there, then yeah, of course.
Yeah. Or the one time I went, but we went at like noon. So definitely
What
noon
day?
there.
What day did you go at noon? On a Saturday?
No, it was like a Thursday or something.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no one's going to be there.
Yeah, it was during the summer, though, so I thought people were going to be there. But yeah.
You don't go to Dave & Buster's for like the lunch rush.
Yeah, that's true. People go to get drunk and play games, I guess.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, as a person who I'm sober, so I don't do.
No, I understand.
Yeah, any of that. But yeah, like if I wasn't, I would totally waste. There's this one game where I've done pretty well at it. Like it has a bunch of lines, and you get 4 blocks, and they just run across from and back and forth, and then you freeze them in place, and then it starts another row above it, and you have to freeze that in place right above the row before, and it climbs all the way to the top. And if you get all the way to the top, and as each row it goes faster.
Yeah,
I'm sober. I am not good at that game. With a buzz, I got like 9,000 points in one night.
Nice.
Because I was just like,
what does that equate to in tickets?
I don't know, because they have a point system. So like, yeah. So I bought like a bunch of crap. But yeah, that was from a bachelor party.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, besides that, I don't think anything really has gone down too much. I missed having the show last week. It was Halloween, so I had to work up until 7 o'clock, or I had to forsake work and go trick-or-treating and then do the podcast, or my wife gave me the option of working and then going trick-or-treating. And I decided that was the option, because the other one may have ended up with me sleeping on the couch. So
fair enough.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was good. And let's go ahead and let's move on to the movie trivia report.
Yeah.
Okay. So some interesting things have happened in the Schmodown. Nikki beat Alex.
Really? I didn't even pay attention.
Oh my God, she killed him. She absolutely.
Why was he drunk?
No, but I don't. A lot of his questions were actor based. and apparently he doesn't study actors; he studies plot. And yeah,
Wow, you want to talk about the biggest red flag as a as a report on you to make sure people know how to play you. There it is, right there. Showdown's like 80% actor questions usually.
Yeah, but like in the Star Wars division, like I didn't know him either because it's all like side characters that was just like, who plays this person? I had no idea. Like normally I do pretty well in Star Wars matches. I had no clue. And I was just like, yeah, and she TKO'd him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that one because I thought it was a foregone conclusion. So it's Nikki versus Gold Leader.
Yep. Tonight/Friday.
Is that pay-per-view?
Yep.
Oh. Okay, so my thing still holds.
Yes, it does.
Prediction still holds.
And then I'm trying to remember who beat Paul. Someone beat Paul Oyama, but of course it's not on the. Oh yeah, I don't know why, but they've taken down some of their videos off the YouTube, so I don't know what's happened there. But yeah, so Paul got beat.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who he would have played.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look on the.
It wasn't Dave Del Rio.
No.
It wasn't James White. Wasn't Bibbs, right?
No.
Wasn't the kid. Wasn't Dan. It wasn't Janine. It wasn't Mike.
It was the Barbarian. That was it.
Paul lost the Barbarian?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the other half? Because we have Bibbs just played Friday.
Yep.
And beat Del Rio. So he's in the semis against the winner of Page and Griffey Nooms.
Yeah.
And then Dan's playing Janine.
Yep.
So who's the Barbarian playing as the other side to that to get in the semis?
Because
I don't know. That's a good question.
Brendan.
Oh, the kid. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then let's see what else is interesting happened.
The pay-per-view, the team's title match happened.
Yeah.
Which was a beatdown.
Yes. Yeah. Shazam might be the greatest team of all time.
They're certainly on their way. I believe if they win Spectacular, I think that's probably a foregone conclusion at this point. They're at least 2 solidly. It's like not a debate. They're at least 2. Unfortunately, if Above the Line had gotten a chance to play a little longer, I think it could have been a nice race between them, but they didn't. So you got to go with longevity sometimes.
Yeah, and then of course our boy.
Oh yeah, this did happen since the last time we talked. Yeah, bull crap.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Such a dumb decision. So dumb, in fact, and you don't have to get on board with this. I will just say it because I don't care. To the point where people have believed that it was a rigged situation. That they could not have Mike at Spectacular.
Yeah, but now he's going to face Chandler sometime this month before Spectacular because he's cashing in Paul's.
Well, that's fine. What we're saying here is that Rue doesn't have the juice that someone like Mike or Chandru would have with Parker. So people have made that. The disparity of those questions was ridiculous.
Yeah, like 1 week when he is able to come on, we got to talk to him about that because that was like essentially now it's like a 4-man race for the faction title because Corruption and Quirky Marks are tied now after today's
after the results today.
Yeah, and Finstock Exchange is going to probably get some points tonight because I assume he'll beat Nikki, but I also assumed Alex would beat her. So who knows?
What faction's Nikki in?
She's in the usual suspects.
Okay.
But And yeah, like there's no way the suspects. Like I thought if Rue won and then Nikki won the tournament, they'd have a chance. But now they do not even a little bit. And that's
Oh,
that's
we have the finals for the team tournament too.
yep, press room versus
Oh, and speaking of things that are rigged, another interesting thing happened in one of those matches that was worthy of debate. I don't know if you know what I'm speaking of.
I do not.
Okay, again, you don't have to get on board with this, but obviously the way that they have the matches cut and the way that they have the templates and everything, it's really hard to see people's hands as an audience viewer.
Yeah.
Josh Horowitz, when he answers his 3-point question, he goes like this. Then right before he answers, he does this. And he puts down a phone. And then he answers the question. You can hear him literally put the phone down on the table.
That's
And they lost by 1. So again, maybe they can see things we can't because again, they have a better view being in the stream than we have with the view that we have. But that was a little suspect as well. So there have been some things that have been a bit controversial in terms of the actual matches beyond all the behind the scenes, behind the storyline stuff. But yeah, we have Press Room versus King Arthur. If you had brackets, I could only imagine what the odds would have been.
Yeah, that's insane. And like, I will say the Lightning Time match with Shazam, I hate that match because I got spoiled. Did you hear about what happened on? So they've been doing a rewatch of the Spider-Man movies leading up to on the SEN channel. They've been doing. Okay, so it's Coy, Winston, and Christian, and they're all talking about. They move on to the Schmodown for some reason, and they're talking to Coy about his match at Spectacular, and he's like, yeah, I'll after my match, and then Winston's like, wait, is that a spoiler? And Christian's like, no, that's not a spoiler, and then he looks down at his calendar, he's like, crap.
Oh my god!
And as a person who I watch all my YouTube content on my Xbox, apparently in the comments they put a pinned comment so everyone would see, and they posted on Twitter, "Hey, we spoiled the pay-per-view. Don't watch it this time." But when you're on the Xbox, you don't see comments. So I was just watching them discuss Amazing Spider-Man, and then boom, found out that
that's pretty shitty.
KO'd Lightning Time, and I'm just like, oh, that sucks. And like, it's not even like they probably filmed it a few weeks ago. They could have totally edited out that 1 minute. But Christian even said, he's like, yeah, we don't edit stuff.
Oh my god!
On this channel. So hey, don't watch the pay-per-view. I'll have a link down below to skip this part.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Like,
I'm sorry that happened to you as someone who is a gracious consumer of that. I mean, I wouldn't have cared, but I understand why you'd be upset. I understand Christian hates digital formatting for stuff, but he still makes his content for the internet. So he should really learn about.
Yeah, like it was so weird because I was watching that show, got the link to it, sent it to you, and was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. And then it's spoiled, so I was like, I'm not even gonna watch the show now. I'm just gonna watch the ending to see how in the world they got knocked out.
Because they didn't know
Billy the Kid.
They didn't know Billy the Kid. Well, they didn't know Nicole Kidman. The Just Go With It, the Dennis Dugan movie in 2011. Which I mean, I had to watch it for Full Metal for deep cuts a bunch of times, so I hate that movie with a passion. But yeah, I mean, it was fairly close, and that betting round and then the lightning round were just interesting. That Lightning Time would have a trouble with the lightning round, but
yeah, I still think that's the dumbest name ever.
Speed round?
No,
Lightning Time. Yeah, it's so dumb.
Yeah. Okay, so now multi.
So we'll do a wrap up of the tournaments, right? So there's no the IG tournament. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
I mean, Robert Parker won. That happened a bit ago.
Yeah.
Which was culminated at the Cantina.
Yep.
Singles tournament. So we have one semifinalist set with bibs. And then we have 3 more quarterfinal matches, which will be all taken care of next week. So we'll know the semifinals at the end of next week.
I thought, yeah. No, I think we know all the semifinals now.
No.
It's Janine and because we're down to the final 8. Is that semifinal?
That's quarters.
Quarters. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Bibbs played his quarterfinal matchup. He's the only one who has.
Okay.
Janine versus Dan. We have the Kid versus the Barbarian. We have Griffey versus Paige, and then we have Bibbs.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
So we'll find out the semifinalists next week, probably. But more than likely. Teams final: Pressroom versus King Arthur. Star Wars final: Gold Leader versus Nikki Demolante.
Yep. And then, all right. So multiplex. Man, like I was watching the Wookiee Mistake match earlier this week.
Anyone Can Cook.
Yeah, they almost got beat.
They did.
And that was so like I was concerned it was going to be an upset.
Anyone Can Cook is good.
Yeah,
especially when they get Pixar, they get Spinner's Choice and Pixar a lot. So I mean that helps. But.
So I will say one thing I hate about like trivia in general. I hate Spinner's Choice and Opponent's Choice.
Yeah,
I hate that it's on the wheel. Yeah. Like in
we didn't have it in the title match.
Yeah, because the champion gets to choose, and no champion's going to choose to put.
No, well, I mean, I don't know it. I assume Jake and I will put it on there for posterity, and because yes, it is a little bit cheap.
Yeah, and I know, like, not to say that you would have like you won because you got spinners and he got opponents, right?
With David, yeah, I definitely won because of that.
Yeah. And then I think Joe only won because of that. Because he played.
I mean, that match with Jake was very close.
Yeah,
and Jake could have won. Jake was between Legolas and Toriel, and frankly, there were some weird things in his match. Like, as I was informed, Toriel's not labeled as the captain of the guard; she is a captain, so it's kind of weird. I also thought they asked the question about in which movies Snape teaches Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Yeah.
And I know the answer is technically 2, but in my estimation, you could say 1 because you never see him teach in Half-Blood Prince. Technically, you don't.
Oh, yeah. He's just announced.
Yeah, he's just announced. So you can make the case he only teaches in Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm just saying. I know the answer is supposed to be 2 because he gets announced and he is officially the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, but you never see him teach.
Yep. But yeah, like
it was crazy how close that match was. But as someone who played Jack to a 7-round overtime, I know Jack is good. Jack's even better than when I played him. And Matthew's very good, especially when he gets Pixar. I think that's pretty clear. And I mean, they got Spinner's Choice as well. They got Bond. I mean,
yeah.
So that canceled each other out. So the whole first round of the multiplex fandom teams tournament is done. So I think you have. Let me see if I can remember this correct. I probably can't. Did you watch the Ren match where they just KO'd?
Yeah, they murdered.
Yeah, but the funny part was they did the Harry Potter chess thing. It was like the best opening ever, where they pretended to be like Ron, Harry, and Hermione setting up the chessboard, and then they got a question about that in the match, which was ridiculous that it ended up that way. And then it turned into a fandom ranked episode, which I thought was hilarious. So they're playing Beat the Geeks. Wookiee's playing. I can't remember if they said it or not. Shit. Yeah, this is where I think Wookiee plays like Welcome to Fandom Bitch. And then you have like Guns and Chips versus somebody. I can't remember how all the seeding goes, but basically the first round of Fandom Teams tournament is completed. So there's 3 more rounds to go before get to see who we get to play for our belt defense. There's also been singles matches. There's one culminating in the day that we're filming. It actually might be, no, it's not playing now, but there's a 3-way for the singles title. There's a 3-way number 1 contender match between Matt Quaylar, my faction mate, David Nishimoto, and the algorithm, Joseph Olivas. And that's following up from the very, very, very good rematch between Andrew Barr and Caleb Boatman for the title, where Barr won by the skin of his teeth because he could guess a letter in an old Audrey Hepburn movie. So I think that's basically, and in Fandom Singles, we're getting closer to discovering the entirety of who the 5-way number 1 contenders will be. We know 3 of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Cameron,
Yep,
you and Joe, right?
Right now, yeah, that's who is in it now. It's us 3.
So every time I watch a Fandom match and Caleb is co-hosting, he always brings up how awful the Lord of the Rings movies are, and every time I want to reach to the screen and strangle him.
Coho?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he makes it a comment every time a Middle Earth question, and it's one of the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm like, that is my favorite trilogy of all time.
Well, he doesn't like it. He's a Disney and Oscars guy, and they're taking out Oscars, fortunately.
Yeah, like every time I'm like, Return of the King is probably the best movie that's ever been made.
He would definitely not agree with that, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like, I don't know. But yeah.
So those are the big things. So we have, we're getting to the point of, I forget what the end of the year multiplex tournament is or whatever. We're getting close to determining all the title matches for that. But teams tournament has a bit ways to go. We almost have a singles match set up. Oh my God. I can't believe I forgot this. My faction inherited more belts.
Okay.
Because Ginyu Force won the team's tournament, and they played Wild Stallions and beat Wild Stallions.
Oh.
So as a new faction, we have 2 of the 4 titles.
That's awesome.
And with David going tonight, potential to get 3 of the 4 titles. Not to mention that my partner, my fellow dummy champion, has a title shot in his back pocket because he won the Manager Bowl or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
So, fun DMC, winning all the belts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, watching your match. No. Yeah, I think it was your match against I can't remember who you played. But Bill is
the teams or singles match.
Your Fandom singles match
against David.
Yep. Bill is so funny. Like,
he's the best. He's the best for that, and I appreciate it 99% of the time. But if I'm not going well, it has nothing to do with him. I'm just not in the right headspace for his stuff.
I don't remember what the point of the entire thing was, but he was muted and he was talking, and then he unmuted himself and he was like, "Yeah," and then me and a midget saved Thanksgiving. Or
yeah, well, wasn't muted. He pretended to be muted.
Oh.
It was a funny joke. I didn't realize it. Nick was like, "I think he's doing it on purpose." I was like, "Oh, I get it now. That's fair."
Yeah, I thought it was so funny. Like, yeah, he's. But I know the Ontel Geek Teams tournament is on.
Yes. So we've had 3 matches there. The one this week, Brittany and Eli just beat Mark and Alex.
Yeah.
So and then Antonio and Devontae lost. Man, I can't remember. I can remember who lost. I can't remember who won. And then Spence and Damn it, I can't remember these.
Nico.
Yeah, Spence and Nico lost to David and somebody. Damn it, I can't remember these. But yeah, no, the 3 matches, so they're almost through the first round of the Geek Teams tournament. There's one more match, so that will be next week. And then they'll go to the semis and then the end, and then we'll get to see which team will be the one to compete against each other. I'm not sure how that will go, but that seems to be going well. The matches have been good. I don't think there's been a stinker of a match, really.
Yeah, and then TMG is still doing their tournaments and stuff.
I think they're still in the first round of the Geek tournament, if I'm correct. Last week we had Kaiser against Sean Hunter.
Yeah.
And Sean won. And then Tyler KO'd Alan Shepard.
Yeah, I think there's only one more match, and it was supposed to be it's Antonio and crap. I don't know who he plays.
Yeah.
But I think it was supposed to. Well, I can say this because by the time this comes out, I can say I was offered a chance at co-hosting another match.
Oh.
But it would be Friday night at 8 p.m. That's 4 minutes, and I told Kevin, "Hey, we don't finish the show until like 8:30, so if you want to find someone else, you can." Because I don't think I'm going to be able to make it, and I'm definitely not going to be able to make it now. But
sorry, I took that away. I'm sorry I contributed to taking that away from you.
No, I'm so tired. I would not be funny. So,
are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, at least you know your limitations, right?
Yeah, I've worked a lot today, so I just know nope. I'm doing this, and I've had one. I'm trying to cut back on my caffeine, so I've had this Coke, and it's.
Oh yeah.
I normally have 3 and a cup of coffee, so I had this Coke, and it's only halfway empty. So, but yeah,
I do not know who Antonio plays. I'm trying to pull up that bracket, but keep riffing while we go. But yeah, it's basically all done, and then we'll get into the second round. Antonio plays Richard.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the last one that's left. So it's Abel versus Tyler. It's Jay versus Sean. It's me versus David. And then it's Brittany versus the winner of Antonio and Richard.
Yep, and
there is a side to the bracket I feel is much tougher than the other, but
I
whatever.
Tend to agree. But yeah, I don't think anything else is really happening in trivia.
Ontel's as a singles tournament.
Yeah.
We're getting into the semis. I happen to be one of the semifinalists of that as well. I anticipated what?
How you have all the time to do this? I don't understand.
I don't have kids.
Yeah.
That helps.
That probably does help.
Yeah. I thought I was going to play one Caleb Boatman for the first time in my life. There was a major upset, and I'm not playing one Caleb Boatman. I'm playing Mark Menchaca for a chance to go to the finals of the tournament.
Okay.
And on the other side, it's my faction mate, Payson, versus everybody's mostly favorite Australian, Kelly Meehan.
Oh, okay.
And that's that tournament.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. But yeah, I don't. Good luck.
Yeah, I could play in a geek, Ontel Geek Championship, and I could play in an Ontel Singles Championship in the same year.
Yeah. Jake's the champion right now, right?
He is indeed. He took it back. He lost it to Boatman. Boatman lost it to Holtzman. Holtzman lost it to Jake. So They were all just kind of sharing it, like Dan Roca and David Riley in the beginning of the Schmodown. But
So if you win the singles tournament, it's
yeah, I'll get to play Jake.
a dummy Civil War.
Yeah, somebody joked that if that happens, our deep cuts will just be fandom movies so that we can practice, which is probably a fair call. I will tell you that if I beat Mark, whoever I play, Payson or Kelly, I'm doing a fandom movie for deep cut. Not Disney. If it's Kelly, definitely not Disney, but anything else. It's on the board for the purpose of getting ready for the eventual team's title.
Yeah. Plus, like, that is one of those things where, like, you also have a leg up on people who don't do geek.
Yeah.
Like, you can put that in singles, and
I could. I mean, I'm not doing it for Mark. I probably should have done it for Scott, but I didn't. I can't do it for Mark because he is also a fandom player and a very good one at that. So that's not available for me, really.
yeah.
But it is what it is. And TMG also has a singles tournament that has apparently filmed a match, but none have aired yet. And it's a 30. And I'm in that tournament, and I don't expect I will get to play in it this year.
Yeah, like, I don't even know who's in it.
All I know is that it was random, and I randomly got assigned to play Jeremy Adams my first match, and I was like, this is bullcrap. I thought it was bullcrap, but I hated it immensely, and I don't want to do it, but I signed up for it, so I will play.
Yep. All right.
So I think that's mostly it. Oh, there was another Full Metal Geek match. We had another one of those.
Yes, there was.
Brittany versus Spence, and it was a whitewash.
Yep.
As to be expected, but
yeah.
I don't know what they're ramping up to, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I think Full Metal teams in singles are basically like Kaputski for the year. I think that's basically done. I could be wrong, but it seems like it.
Yep. All right. Let's move on to talking about Dune. So
yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it was lovely. I thought it's beautiful. I watched it twice. I watched it at home and I watched it in the theater. I can understand what people's problems with it would be. It is very long. I do find myself dragging a little bit at parts, but it is wonderfully made. I love Denis Villeneuve. Since Prisoners, there's not been a movie I haven't enjoyed from him. And
so I will say I'm glad you said his name because I've never been able to pronounce it.
Denis Villeneuve.
Yep. Yeah. And I think it is the greatest sci-fi movie that's ever been made.
Wow.
Like, I have watched it 3 times at my house, and I'm just like, I'm dumbfounded. Like, I'm so glad part 2 is coming out, because honestly, I didn't know that it was part 1 when I watched it the first time, because I don't think they tell you that when you're...
They say part 1.
Is it on? Okay. I don't think it's on HBO Max as part 1.
It's not labeled like when you click on it, but in the movie it does say part 1.
Okay. I may not have been paying attention to that the first time I watched it, because I remember watching it and being like, oh, it's so good. It is so, so good. Like, of course, I haven't got to the point in the book where a lot of the stuff has happened, but I'm like, spoilers. Hey, you out there, you need to go watch this movie. This is the greatest sci-fi movie in the history of the world.
That's his opinion, not mine.
But. Yeah, that is my opinion, and as the host, I can say it. Yes. But, oh my lord, like, Stellan Skarsgård.
Did you know he wanted to do more naked scenes?
He did?
Yes. He wanted more of them.
He is absolutely when reading that book, like, that is exactly what I thought of when I thought of the Baron. But he does it better. Now,
here's the tagline: Dune, Stellan Skarsgård will be better than your imagination ever could be.
Yeah. Oscar Isaac as the Duke, he's great. Now, granted, like, maybe I haven't got that point in the book yet either, but they don't seem like they have as good of a father-son relationship in the book as they do in the movie.
No, in the book, they seem like the Duke is very much way too preoccupied to care about what Paul has going on. And Paul's just trying to kind of make his way. He's got his mom. He's got Duncan's not available, but the other guy, Josh Brolin, can't remember his name right now. Yeah, so he's got like those people looking out for him, but his dad's just kind of worried about the spice mining and the council meetings and whatnot.
And I will say, yeah, like Duncan dying, I didn't see that coming. I didn't like watching it. Josh Brolin, like I never realized because I've seen other movies that he's been in, but when did he start sounding like that? Because now all I hear is Thanos the entire time, and in other movies he doesn't sound like that. So I don't know if something's happened.
Mario?
Yeah. I don't know if something's happened in the last few years that's like changed his voice, but like I've watched some of the stuff from when he was younger and he doesn't sound like that.
Well, no.
So, but now all
2010s thing.
Okay. But yeah, the movie was so good. Now I do have some complaints. Like they featured Zendaya in the trailers a lot more than they should have because like she's not even a big deal in this movie. Not really.
No.
And I thought she would be.
Yeah.
So that again, like I haven't finished the book, so this is a thing where like the movie ends and I'm like, what? And I thought like, okay, I just fell asleep and missed the last half. So I rewound it like 30 minutes and rewatched it. I was like, no, that is what happened. What? And yeah, like there was one.
She's like his Holy Spirit or whatever.
Yeah, she's like,
or like the angel coming down and telling Mary that she will have it's however it is. I mean, there's so much religious subtext and everything that happens there, and sometimes not even subtext, just text. That you can make parallels.
Yeah, and there's so much stuff in this movie that I understand. Like George Lucas read this book and was like, "I'm gonna do that."
Did you ever watch Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
No.
Okay. There's a part in that movie where they're making Bluntman and Chronic, which is the Jay and Silent Bob movie. They're superheroes. And they have like lightsabers in it, and Mark Hamill plays a character named Cockknocker. And while they're filming this and they're using these bongs that are like lightsabers, Chris Rock is the director, and he goes, George Lucas gonna sue somebody. And when I watched Dune, I was like, Frank Herbert gonna sue somebody. That's like when I watch Star Wars, I'm gonna think about that now.
Yeah, like
how much Dune.
That's it. And now, granted, I have been spoiled about some things that happen in the book because
I want to know it.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, but there are so many things like the first Star Wars movie, they hint at the Emperor, but you don't see him.
It's true.
And in the first Dune movie, they hint at the Emperor, but you don't really hear about it. Like, yeah, you get that he's the one that wants to get rid of House Atreides, and like, yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, I will not spoil the thing for you.
You better not.
Oh, I absolutely will not, because I hate that it was spoiled for me.
Okay.
It was spoiled for me because I watched one of Alex Damon's videos, and he was comparing Star Wars or showing like the comparisons between them, and then the spoiler was in the middle of it, and I was like, oh, so sad.
Messed up.
Yeah, I guess I should have known that, but that's fine. But yeah, like it was really good. Like it's one of those movies where they kill off all these big cast members that are all on the poster,
except for one who we don't know what happens to them. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Josh Brolin.
Oh yeah, that's
he
right.
Just like runs off to lead the army, and then He's not around anymore.
Yeah, and then like, of course, like Batista is still alive, which I liked him as.
I thought it was a bit much.
I will essentially, like, as a professional wrestling guy, I'll be like, I will support anyone who does anything if they came from that realm.
I'm in the middle of rewatching Spectre.
Yeah,
And he's in that, and he's like silent most of the time, but his look, because he has like the beard and he has hair. I
yeah.
was like, this is the Batista look I want. Unfortunately,
he has the razor thumbs, right?
yeah, he pokes them into dude's eye.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they grossly underuse him in that movie, and by that I mean like they dispatch him way too early. But that's kind of the look I want. So when he goes more alien-like, I'm always like, man, I want him to look more like a human.
Yeah, like the way he looks in Blade Runner 2049. Is that one? Yeah.
Which is also a Denis Villeneuve movie.
Yes. Which, like, I wasn't a huge fan of that movie.
Movie's so beautiful as well.
It is. It absolutely is. But yeah, I love this movie that we're talking about right now. I loved it. I was super impressed. I cannot.
The fight choreography was great. I was so happy with how the action was in this movie.
I hate that they put it on HBO Max because I think it would have made.
People don't want to go to theaters.
Yeah, I mean, but they did kind of like. He's came out and been like, yeah, y'all kind of screwed me.
Well, I mean, everybody's going to say that because it affects their bottom line. And what will happen is that there will be like escalators, or there will be different clauses that people figure out about how to coordinate views on a streaming service with like back end points that you would usually get with how much a movie makes. So they'll figure that out. And once they figure that out legally, then directors won't give a shit. They won't care.
Yeah, I'm just glad that it made the money and they announced the sequel, because that was the big part. I was gonna.
It seems kind of weird that you would announce something as part 1 and then not do a part 2.
Well, yeah, but you know how Warner Brothers is. Like, if it doesn't make money, they're not going to make a sequel for it. And I'm glad that it made money.
Warner Brothers was backing a lot of not good movies, and this is a good movie.
Yes, it is. But yeah, all right. So
I really enjoy it. It's beautiful. I wouldn't say it's the greatest sci-fi movie ever made, but it is definitely of a new age sci-fi. It's definitely okay. Well, I mean, not to be cheeky, but it is the best sci-fi movie of the 2020s so far. I think that's clear. And you can make a case that it's the best one of the last decade too. You can make the case. I don't know if I'd go farther than that, but I respect your opinion.
So what would you say is a better sci-fi movie?
Blade Runner.
Okay.
Star Wars: A New Hope.
Well, see, I consider that science fantasy.
Okay. Alien.
Okay.
Ridley Scott movies that predated this that were a big influence on it is what I would say are better. But you know, it is what it is.
Okay. But yeah, I think it was great. I loved it. I'm ready for the sequel. Like, yeah, it was good. It makes me want to go see the 1984 one.
Oh, the David Lynch one, which is probably really weird.
Yeah, well, because like I really like Kyle MacLachlan.
Who doesn't like Kyle MacLachlan?
Yeah, like he's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Of course.
Season.
He's also in Showgirls.
And I've been on a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. binge watch. Here, I'm like midway through season 3, and I started season 1 last week.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I've watched
60 episodes.
Yeah, I've watched 54 episodes in a week and a half.
Oh my gosh, man! You were talking about how do I have time to compete in all these trivia things?
Okay, I have an hour and a half where I sit in the car line waiting on my son every single day because.
And you could learn trivia stuff if you wanted to. I'm just saying that. We use our time differently. Yeah,
that's true. But at least like that's like I could just sit a movie there and watch. You're absolutely right. But I do that, and throughout the day, like Tuesday and Thursday, I don't have any work to do. None at all. So this past Tuesday and Thursday, I watched like 12 episodes each day.
I mean, my wife and I are also trying to. I mean, we finished a long-standing show that we had taken forever. We're almost through Squid Game because we didn't watch Squid Game when it came out, so we're watching that. You know, we're getting through stuff. I introduced her to Pushing Daisies. Have you ever seen Pushing Daisies?
I have not.
That's a very good. It's a very light-hearted but dark show all at the same time. It was made by the guy who did Hannibal. The show.
Okay.
So that's, you know, just introducing all kinds of things, but I'm also trying to do the movie thing too. So
yeah, yeah, okay, I understand. Like, once I finish this, like, I have 2 shows that I really want to watch, and now that one of them is Seinfeld, I've only watched ever a few episodes of it, and now it's back on Netflix.
it is.
So I don't have to buy the live TV option of Hulu, which is really nice.
Or Peacock, or the premium version of Peacock.
It's on Peacock,
isn't it? I figured as an NBC show it would be on Peacock, is it not? I could be wrong.
Believe so.
Okay. It seems weird that it's not, but okay.
If it is, I'm gonna be mad because I have premium.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
There's only one reason I want to watch it, get premium, and it's not a good reason.
Yeah, mine is commercial free stuff.
Okay.
Mostly that because I can't stand watching commercials.
I want to watch Halloween Kills, but I don't want to spend money in a theater because I know it's not good.
Yeah, my wife watched it on premium.
She like it?
She did.
Whoa. Okay.
She loves the Halloween movies, but she was like, after watching it, she was like, I want to watch all the Halloween movies. And I'm like, oh God. Please.
No, don't say oh God, because while a number of them are bad, they're still hilarious.
Yeah, but I don't like watching bad movies.
Why?
I just don't.
You just have to find hilarious things in them.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. Like watching Paul Rudd in Halloween 6 is hilarious.
Okay.
I'm serious. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense, but it makes you laugh. Rob Zombie's Halloween, nothing to joke about, though. There's nothing funny in those.
Yeah, I may try that.
Just murder porn, I'm saying.
Okay.
So if you have to watch those, good luck.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it, but
oh, and the going back to Dune, the old Dune, Wilford Brimley, also in that. You know, there's cool stuff. I forget who else is in that movie besides those 2, but
yeah. But yeah, so now that Dune, good.
Dune, good.
One, I don't want to hurry up 2 years because then my son will be almost 2. So, but the years as you get older fly by anyway.
I can't believe we're in November, so
yeah, I agree. But okay, Morbius. Did you watch the trailer?
Yes, I did. I
thought it was great.
I knew you would.
I liked it. Like, there's so many Easter eggs in it. Like,
yeah, I watched a review of it and I wasn't paying attention to like the Daily Bugle notes about like Black Cat and Rhino. And I was like, cool.
Yep. Yeah, there's that. And then there's Oscorp Tower from
Amazing Spider-Man. Yep.
And then there's Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker on the wall.
Yeah, I heard that wasn't that though, that was like a thumbnail from like this PS4 game of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit.
Well, no, because like it's a scene straight from I think the second Tobey Maguire where he's flying in and he's looking like doing the and then of course he says that he's Venom and I'm just like, so and then Vulture shows up and I'm like, man, Sony, you really want to just connect all your universes like this?
It's not about Morbius being a movie that's Morbius is probably not a character worthy of a movie, not yet. But they were just like, what's an avenue we could use where we could just shoehorn in a bunch of Sony material? Morbius? Yeah, of course.
Which if you believe the thing that's going to be Spider-Man No Way Home, I mean, we already know Venom's going to be in it and Tom Holland's going to be in it. If the other 2 are in it, then it makes sense that if all these universes are crashing in on each other, that Morbius comes out in January. It would be the first movie to reference all that. The fact that everything is just so jumbled up, and I think I like.
That's how I think about Morbius, a jumble.
Yeah,
what it looks like to me. That's where I got my. This is where that came from, by the way, the Morbius trailer.
yes.
I'm always like, you need a doctor. I am a doctor.
Yep. But yeah, I thought it was good. I'll probably watch it. I don't know if I'll watch it with my kids or not.
Why?
Well, I mean, I guess it's all according to what it's going to be PG-13, right?
PG-13. It's not going to be like R.
Yeah. Well,
like here's how I know you don't have to worry. Remember that part where he like slices the dude?
Yeah.
When he goes by, nothing comes out.
Yeah. I will say, like,
no.
Alex, the 11-year-old, he got afraid. He was scared when in Shazam, when the demons popped out of the guy's eye. So it might like he's gotten a little more brave, but I don't want him to like freak out in the movie theater.
Fair enough.
So
can you wean them in by showing them what Morbius will look like?
I may do that.
Okay.
Like, I know
they might be scared but ironically for how Jared Leto looks as Morbius, but
yeah, like I know the oldest, he won't have any problems, but and and Alex didn't have any problem with Venom or anything like that.
What? Venom's way scarier than Shazam.
Yeah.
Again, ironically and unironically.
Which, granted, Shazam came out 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? So he was 8.5, 9, something like that. So that could have made a difference.
I mean, Venom came out in 18, Shazam came out in 19, right?
Yeah, but he didn't watch Venom until like a week before Venom 2 came out, because I wanted to preface him with Venom, because I thought if he's scared of Venom, then he'll definitely be scared of Carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
for many reasons.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I don't. We were not going to have that discussion again.
No, I mean, no. Sony's universe is just a big jumbled mess, but it's fine. It's their characters; they own them, so they can do what they want.
Yep. All right. So, Book of Boba Fett.
Yes. Wait. Was there another? Was that the only trailer we were talking about? Morbius. Was
yep.
Another one. Okay.
Yep.
Yes. Book of Boba Fett.
I am so excited.
I didn't need a trailer, honestly.
Yeah. Well,
didn't do anything for me. That trailer.
Oh, I love the trailer. Like, I was so happy. Like, it's good. It's good. Like, as a person who I've never liked Boba Fett as a character, so Mandalorian season 2 definitely like redeemed him a little bit. But this trailer, this was good. They made him like just like a regular dude, whereas the expanded universe back in Legends made him like the
god bounty hunter. He was like a god.
Yeah, he was like the greatest thing ever. Like, he could kill Jedi and all that. And I'm just like, no. But at least
you ever see that Robot Chicken where they do the Star Wars thing where he comes out and he just like he kills Luke and then he rides off with Leia.
Yep.
And did he drop Han? He drops Han in a Tauntaun, drops him back on Hoth and gets eaten by Tauntauns because he cut open the one Tauntaun to save Luke's life. That's funny.
Yeah, I like the trailer. I'm ready for December.
I mean, what's not to like about Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, you know?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. December kicks ass for Disney. Let's just be clear. It kicks ass for Disney. Disney kicking ass and taking names in December.
Yeah. And then Hawkeye comes out in like, what, 2 weeks?
Oh, crap. It does. I forgot about that.
Yeah, which for us, I was originally not going to have a show on the 19th or the 26th.
Yeah.
Because of...
probably not the 20. I mean, we probably shouldn't have one on the 26th. If you want to do one on the 19th, that's fine.
Yeah, the 19th is because I have a work meeting that's 2.5 hours away. And
I
so
might not be around on the 26th. Honestly.
yeah, we're definitely not doing one then, but I have to be at the work meeting on the 19th. So and then the following Friday, the 3rd, is Spectacular,
Oh my gosh.
which is going to be like a million-year ordeal. I think it's on the 3rd, which is a Friday. So yeah, that's an entire thing, and we'll have Spectacular. But I definitely
we have to
can't
talk about Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. I hope it's good.
I think Hawkeye will be very good.
Yes, and then that should run into No Way Home,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be great, regardless of if all the things happened. But yeah, I was impressed by the trailer, and
What was your favorite part of the trailer?
I like that he's negotiating with the other criminal syndicates.
Of course he would do that.
Well, because
They're
like
basically making Jabba the Hutt seem like he never took meetings ever, which honestly, the whole first 20 minutes of Jedi is him taking meetings. and Boba will be this benevolent, merciful crime lord.
yeah, I like because in the comics they've made like Boba is like a real jerk in the comics, and this is all supposed to take place before he falls into the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
And now they've done it where in the Darth Vader run of the comics, Darth Vader kills the entire Hutt Council, so Jabba's the only one left. So like whenever he dies, it makes sense that like Bib Fortuna rises up in power and takes over Tatooine because there's no Hutts to take over from him. But once Boba Fett comes around, the cartels are like, "Hey, we remember this guy. We don't want the." So yeah, like I like the diplomacy instead of him just being like, "No, pow pow." Like I like, but you see in the trailer, he's gonna take that gaffy stick to someone's head. And
He loves gaffy sticks. I
yeah,
think he likes them more than the rocket on his back, honestly, at this point.
yeah, and I assume we'll see how he got out of the Sarlacc pit because we see Tusken Raiders.
How do you know he's not negotiating with Tusken Raiders? We now know that Tusken Raiders can be negotiated with.
Yeah, that's true. I just figured that's the reason because he has all the Tusken garb in Mandalorian season 2, so it could totally be something else. But yeah, like I'm definitely interested to see where it goes.
I mean, you were talking about they redeemed Boba. It was mostly one person in one episode who redeemed Boba, and that was Robert Rodriguez in
Yeah,
that kick-ass one, and he's very highly involved in Book of Boba Fett. He's like up there with Favreau and Filoni, right?
yep.
Like in creative measures. So if you want people who know what to do with Boba Fett, those are the three.
Yep. I agree, and it's about time for us to wrap up. So, yeah, Robert, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I know it's a little bit of a shotgun version of it, but not that much to talk about. We're in a little bit of a not a drag, but we're in a little bit of a slower turn here.
Yes. Yeah. It was good. Next week, I will try my best to watch some football.
Bye-bye.
At least look it up and see what's going on.
Steelers play on Monday night.
Woo!
Panthers play Patriots.
Yay!
Hey, they're 4-4. They're still in contention.
Yeah.
But Sam Darnold's like the worst rated quarterback in football right now, which is hilarious.
Yep. But yeah, the show was good. I can't wait for next week's show. It's gonna be good. I hope. I really want to get Amaru on the show. I really do. But
we'll have to force his hand.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I guess let's make our depart. See you later.
Don't forget to tip your virtual waitresses, everyone. You know the deal.